All right, what's up, YouTube? Let's go ahead and switch. All right, so like normal, there is no music on YouTube. There's music on Twitch. And if you are a subscriber on Twitch, you can request songs. That's pretty much it. Let's close this now. We capture the link. We'll post it in Discord, create an event, and we are good to go. All right. There it is. All right, create the event on Discord, and then we're going to get rolling. Start event. Okay. All right, everything is good to go. Am I forgetting anything? Usually my setup takes about 15 minutes. Start a bit late today. All right. I think we're good. What's up, Jessa? Happy Monday. All right, cool. All right, so you guys ready for the new week? It's Monday. You guys ready? I get sleep, I'm gonna be ready. All right, so abstraction. Abstraction helps us handle complexity by hiding unnecessary detail. Oh, wait, we gotta do this. There we go. All right, abstraction helps us handle complexity by hiding unnecessary details. Sounds like encapsulation, right? They're so similar that it's almost not worth worrying about the difference, almost. Abstraction versus encapsulation. Abstraction is about creating a simple interface for complex behavior. It focuses on what's exposed. Encapsulation is about hiding internal state. It focuses on tucking implementation details so no one depends on them. Abstraction is more about reducing complexity. Encapsulation is more about maintaining the integrity of the system internals. Are we encapsulating or abstracting? Both. Almost always we are doing both. Here's an example of using the random library to generate a random number. Generating random numbers is a really hard problem. The operating system uses the physical hardware of the computer to create a seed for the randomness. However, the developers of the random library have abstracted that complexity away and encapsulated it within the simple rand range function. We just say, I want a random number from 0 to 4, and the library does it. When writing libraries for use by other developers, getting the abstractions right is crucial because changing them later can be disastrous. Imagine if the maintenance of the random module changed the input parameters to the range function, it would break code all over the world. Assignment. A human class and its constructor have already been created for you. We don't want the other game developers using our human class to have to worry about how humans move. We'll abstract that away from them by encapsulating the private POS, X, Y, and speed variables. All right, cool. So complete these methods. Move right. Yeah, ready to kick booty this week? That's awesome. That's what I love to hear. I think I'm going to feel that way tomorrow when I get sleep. But I will feel that way. All right. Could probably make it a little bit louder, just a tiny bit. The human class. Okay, so move right adds the human speed. Wait, so what are we doing? Encapsulate the private. I mean, why are we just adding functionality to functions? Don't we want to practice? Okay, that's fine. Adds the human speed to its X position. Adds the human speed to its X position. Okay, so move left, subtracts. Human speed, and then move up. Adds the human speed to its Y position. Wait, what am I? Never mind. We need X. Okay, so X, move up, Y. All right, now my brain's starting to turn on. And then get position. Turns the X, Y as a tuple. I don't remember what a tuple is. Oh. Do we just represent it with an array? Or a list? Probably not, right? I think there's something a little bit unique about it. Tuples in Python. Oh, yeah, parenthesis. Okay. No, I'm not. Okay. Self. We probably want X first. XY. There we go. Run. Let's go. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Abstraction versus encapsulation quiz. You may have noticed already, but abstraction and encapsulation are basically the same thing. They just emphasize different aspects of the same concept. Oh, man. Office was so good. Abstraction is about reducing complexity. Creating good abstractions is particularly crucial when you're developing libraries for other developers to use. For example, the built-in POW function in Python is an abstraction that hides the complexity of calculating exponents. POW isn't magic. Somewhere code that does something like this exists and is called when you use POW. Cool. Which is not a good reason to hide implementation details. To keep passwords secret. Abstraction emphasizes what? Okay. Abstraction emphasizes making usage easy, and encapsulation emphasizes hiding implementation details. In the game we're making, Age of Dragons, humans can sprint, allowing them to move twice as fast. However, sprinting requires stamina. Each time a human sprints, it loses stamina. Once it is out of stamina, it can no longer sprint. Heber Sales, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome. All right. Complete the private helper methods, which are indented to be used by the other 4 sprinting methods. What do you mean indented to be used? Okay, so raise if cannot sprint. Raise the exception. Not enough stamina to sprint. The human is out. Use sprint stamina self dot stamina one. This website is for free, needing to improve my skills and remember some concepts. So it actually is. A lot of the interactivity is what you pay for, and the leveling and the RPG stuff. You can actually create an account and go through this for free. You just won't be able to interact with the quizzes and stuff like that. So the material itself is actually free. You can check it out. Strange they've done a knit below everything. Oh yeah, toss it down here. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I think I'm surprised. Yeah, they didn't put it up here. There's probably a use case for it with how they're testing. That's my guess, but yeah, that did kind of throw me off. I'm like, why do I have to scroll all the way down? For each of the sprint methods, raise an error if there isn't enough stamina to sprint. Raise if cannot. Okay. For each of the sprint methods, wait. Okay, we're just calling. Gotcha. Raise if cannot sprint. Let's just copy and paste this. Use the stamina needed to sprint. Okay. Use sprint stamina. Move twice in the direction of sprint. So we're move twice, move right. Okay. Sprint right. Move right. Doesn't take a parameter of how much to move. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, don't do that. Move left. See if we can grab all of it. No, why? All right, move up. Move up. And I'll just type this. Oh, self dot all right. All failed. All right, we'll test it out. Yeah, no problem, Heber. Hope you enjoy it. And they got a YouTube channel too. Boot.dev. And if you ever decide to go, like you want all the bells and whistles of it, there is a discount code in my About thing. That's an affiliate link, but it does give you a discount. I think it's at like 25% or something like that. Move twice in the direction. Okay, so let's take a look at the inputs. Oh, move up. Oh, really? Move up? Okay. Right, because move is going to be another thing as well. Okay. What am I even doing? Okay, I got to slow it down. I'm just waking up. That's all good. All right, let's delete the rest of these. Run. Okay, so we have self, move right, self, move left, move up, move down. We still really... Not enough stamina. So I think it's raising the exception right away. Wait, I'm not even checking. Oh my God. All right, so if self is are we ever going to have a negative? Probably not. I mean, I think we're going to have to look for like -1. Oh, what am I doing? I think, or yeah, we're going to have to check for 1 because this is going to reduce the stamina no matter what. No, if we raise the exception, it cancels everything else, right? Just like JavaScript errors. So I don't think we have to worry about that. I'm just going to do -1 to be safe. I don't care. All right, let's run. All right, cool. Let's go. Gonna follow 2 on YouTube. Awesome. Hopefully some of the videos will help. And if you do like the Boot.dev stuff, I did a couple of interviews with Lane, the founder of it. He gave a lot of good advice for backend developers and just people trying to become software engineers in general. All right. Morning, Anonymous. How you doing? You even went to bed? Oh, man. You lost your sleep again? Dude, me too. I gotta get more sleep. The day is so much better with sleep. I'm just taking too long to wind down. That's my problem. But yesterday, oh, let me, wow, that is, should we do it like over here maybe? Why is my camera so, oh, I shrunk my camera. Why'd I do that? Where do I put you guys? I was looking for scenes where it would shrink the picture a bit, but here's what we're gonna do. I mean, this is just an easy fix. I'll move this over here, and then we'll enlarge the camera. Is that good? No, not yet. Hold. Is that good? Yo, we got it. Let's go. All right, that's fine. We could do that. I think I chose not to. I don't remember. I think it was just because it was just blocking the Angular stuff, and we're going to be done with the Angular website soon. So I don't care that much. And then chat is probably going to go in the bottom left when we're coding, right? When we're building projects, so... Prime said it's a sign I'm getting old? No. Just because you can't, it has nothing to do with you getting old. It's a thing for many young people, too. Probably more so with young people, honestly. It's a sign you're getting younger, Anonymous. Just looked at the Boot.dev website, guessing this is the top OOP course. It is, yes. Learning Python for the vibes. We're a Python bro today. What's up, citizen? One day we might become a Python bro. You never know. It's worse because I played long hours at tennis on Saturday and I'm still sore. Awesome. Yo, tennis is fun. I like tennis. All right. How OOP developers think. Classes and object-oriented programming are all about grouping data and behavior together in one place. An object. Object-oriented programmers tend to think about programming as a model or modeling problem. They think, how can I write a human class that holds the data and simulates the behavior of a real human? To provide some contrast, functional programmers tend to think of their code as inputs and outputs and how those inputs and outputs transition the world from one state to the next. When a human being takes a step, what's the new state of the game? Human blocks, self-positioning, functional programming, next human. Both paradigms are valuable. OOP isn't the only pattern for organizing code, but it's one of the more popular ones. If you understand multiple ways of thinking about code, you'll be a much better developer overall. I agree. OOP typically groups functions and methods into a single unit. Variables and constants, data and behavior. OOP developers generally think of programs as someone else's problem, modeling the real world. Objects and IO problem performance, modeling the real world with objects. All right, cool. So we got a couple challenges. Let's dive into it. What is the next section? Inheritance. Let's go. The calculator. Complete the calculator class methods. They should perform their respective mathematical computations. The left-hand side of each operation should be the current value of the result variable. The right-hand side of each operation will be the value passed in. All right, create a private instance variable called result, initialized to 0. Let me write this damn file. I'm going to forget the syntax of even that initializer. Like, let me write it. All right, so create a private instance of result. Private result equals 0. Create the following math methods. Add. You're telling me to create these math methods, but they exist already. Like, let me do it. Okay, you're just mentioning them. Gotcha. Just so you know what. Okay, so we're not creating the methods, we're creating the logic for the methods. So for add, we are wait. Oh my god. Self Did one of you request this? I wanted a different song or a different version of this song. This one's good though. I don't like the live versions of songs. I don't know about you guys. All right, so minus equals a can we do this? Okay. // Wait. There it is. If the user attempts to... oh, yeah, right, Python. If the user... well, in JavaScript, I'm pretty sure that would create... does it create an infinite loop? I mean, like, is it just infinity? Is that what we get? I think we get infinity back in JavaScript. If... I mean, the single division, is it just... wait, what am I doing? We're not worried about division right now. If A equals 0, raise, exception, cannot divide by 0, modulo, same thing. If A equals 0, we have a function for, never mind, raise, exception. Okay. Let's take a look. Well, let's solve this first. Are we returning this? No, we're updating result, right? So with modulo, are we updating results? Yeah, we have to be, yeah, because with a calculator, you're going to be printing out the result. Yeah, okay. So we are updating the result. I mean... clear, get results. I think we're going to replace result. It feels like we're going to replace result with the modulo. I don't know. We'll test it out. We'll look at the tests. Like, is there shorthand for... I just want to see. Python shorthand for modulo. Modulo. No. Yeah, I think we're just replacing the result and setting that. And then Python power. MathPow. Oh, interesting. There's a shorthand for it. That's cool. I honestly don't know if we're supposed to be returning this or not. Clear. Oh, no, we do have a get result function. That's right. Okay. I don't think there's going to be a shorthand to establish the value of it. So all right, so this is the power. Let's see if it has a square root. By the way, you are welcome to, post answers and stuff in chat. I just don't look at chat until I solve it. Oh, interesting. I like that better. 0.5. Okay. Return the current value stored. Okay. Return self result. All right. Did we get it? No. All right, let's look at... We have no... Oh, we do have a failing test. All right, cool. Expected output of 3. So 3 is the remainder. Is this not... Just want to make sure. Hold on. Python... Result will be 1. This doesn't give us 3. I'm just gonna print these. Oops. A. We gotta submit it though. Why are 5 skipped? Why does it do that? What if we did something like this? Can we just add to the output? No, I don't even care about points. Let's just submit it. 743. What? Self result. Oh. There we go. All right, we did it. Let's go. Soreness almost makes being tired worse. I'm still sore from my workouts last week, but I'm rested, so it's not so bad. I like the soreness. I've always seen soreness as like a positive thing. I always felt like that, where it just, makes me think like, man, I did work myself pretty hard. That's pretty cool. So that's how I think of soreness. What's up, Kadao? How you doing? Math.squirt, indeed. It is finally getting warmer. I think it's going to be above 60 here. What do you guys think about the new weather? Do we have any winter enjoyers here? Why do AI bros try to add me on LinkedIn? Like, haven't I posted enough posts shitting on AI bros? Like, why are you trying to add me on LinkedIn? Why do you think I want to be connected to you? Have I not been like pretty blunt about that? I just hope I don't get allergies. Oh, you get allergies? Okay. I don't get my allergies aren't really too bad, thankfully. I like it too. You can feel all your different muscles. That is true. Yeah. It just feels I like feeling success. Sometimes you don't get to feel success, you know? At least with workouts, you get to feel success. You know that your body has broken down to build itself back up when you feel that pain. Not like pain, you know, but soreness. Is Twitter down? Twitter's down. Okay. All right. Let's go. Finish the deck of cards class. The suits and ranks of each card have been provided for you as class variables. You won't need to modify them, but you will need to use them. The suits and ranks. Suits are hearts. Okay. Gotcha. Complete the constructor. Initialize, which you already did. Okay, so these are class variables. Initialize a private empty list called cards. Man, let me write the damn function in it. All right, so you know what? Fuck you. Did it myself. All right, so self. Private. Oh, wait, no. Cards equals. Fill that empty list by calling the create deck method within the constructor. Oh my God. Self. Complete the create deck self method. Create a rank suite tuple for all 52 cards in the deck and append them. Okay. Suites ranks. For all 52 cards. I mean, we're just going to have a nested loop, right? There's no way around it. Yeah. But what order is it going to be? Order matters. The card should be appended to the list in the following order. All ranks of hearts. Gotcha. So all hearts, and then diamonds, then clubs, and finally spades. Then each suit, the card should be ordered from lowest rank ace to highest rank king. Okay, gotcha. So it's probably going to be for the tuple, suit, and then rank. I'm assuming. For rank, in ranks. Self. Why did that not auto-fill? That worries me. Okay. So we're gonna have suit and rank. Complete the shuffle deck method. Use the random shuffle method available from the random package to shuffle the cards in the deck. Import random. We do have, oh, cool. All right, we have the import already. Let me just take a look at this method. Shuffles the sequence X in place. Okay. I don't like the Python docs. Random. Honestly, I use AI for documentation lookup a lot of the time. I prefer it at this point. My list shuffle. Okay. So we have self, cards, and we're gonna replace it, right? Equal self. Nope. Random shuffle. Actually, how are we using it? Yep, we're tossing in the list. Okay. So random shuffle self cards. Deal card. Pop the first card off. Like, don't give me the method. Like, let me remember to type this out. First card off the top of the deck. Top of the deck is end of the list and return it. If there are no cards left in the deck, the method should instead return none. Okay. So if we're not in JavaScript world, if self cards, it's going to be length equals 0, then return none. Otherwise, self.cards equal self. So does pop return a new list in Python, or does it edit the array in place? It edits the array in place. Okay. We good? No. Deck of cards object has no attribute deck of cards create deck. Okay. Sweets is not the... Oh, it's self. Gotta remember this Python thing, man. I hear, like... So I think one concern I've had is context switching between JavaScript and Python. And I heard some other developers kind of saying that context switching gets way easier with time. Okay, so rank. Because I was worried I'm just always going to throw myself off because they're like very similar, but they're different, you know? Length. What? Object of type none type has no length. None type. Why would self.cards be none type when it's initialized as an empty list? Um, I'm not immediately sure of that one. Let's see. Object of type none type has no length. I'm just gonna Google this. But I'm assuming like this has a this isn't established as a list yet. That's what I'm assuming. Let's load up Stack Overflow. Oh. So we're shuffling. Interesting. It shuffles in place. Now that's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so I think the shuffle is fine, but we're getting... We have essentially 3 values. What I'd like to do is see if we have values without the shuffle. And if this random shuffle is like causing the values to turn to none. No. Oh, interesting. Shuffle has nothing to do. Okay, so shuffle is working correctly. It is randomizing. We've always had none. That's the problem. Okay. None of hearts. Okay, so this output is something we don't have to worry about. We're just creating a tuple. I guess what I'd like to do is just print this and see what we have. Oh, we do have Okay, so we have hearts and ace. And it's saying none. Why? So when we shuffle... The shuffle is working. Ah, okay. I think it's... the structure of how we're storing the this, like what the value is. When... because I think Lane is converting it, and how we're storing it isn't converting properly, and we're getting a none. Because deal card is just returning none, but we are actually, where are you seeing this output? None, none, none. Look at my horse is amazing. Asheroth, hopefully you're a WoW fan. If you are more than welcome here, but what's up? Shit, pre-rolls. We got 1 minute. We're gonna solve this before we do ads. The shuffle is fine. I almost want to create a rank. Oh, it literally gave me it. Yeah, ranks. Okay. Dude, this is what happens when I do this in the morning. Well, I'm intermittent fasting. I think we're good. I bet you this is going to solve it. Nope. The fuck. All right, so we have our tuple. It's not self. Is it? It is. It's still self, even though it's a class property. It's not an instance property. Let me just double check. The order's fine. None, none, none. We got to return it. It does say and return it. Yep. We return the pop value. There we go. Cool. Let's go. All right. I'm finally starting to wake up. I've been trying mint tea during this, and it's kind of working. It gives me a little bit of energy while I'm intermittent fasting, but dude, when I'm tired, intermittent fasting is tough. Man, like it's rough. I can do intermittent fasting and have energy and get my stuff done when I get a good night's sleep, but when I don't, it's like twice as hard. But I do think the mint tea is helping. I think that is a good recommendation by Zinka for once. All right. Let me catch up on chat and then we'll do some ads. Get rid of the pre-rolls for people on Twitch. What's up, Dylan? How you doing? I'm liking the music. It sounds like the music in a retro game. Yeah, it's I don't know if you were talking about the last song or the one before it, but we're slowly adding to the playlist, and I think we're building up a pretty cool playlist. Yeah, I missed the return. A lot of this was in the instructions, but even when I'm reading this, right? Damn, we earned it already. We got to do the bigger chest. This one. Oh, we can't see the list. That's all right. But yeah, even where are we? Abstraction. What? Deck of. Oh, we're in the same. Why does this assignment look shorter? I don't know. Oh, because it reset. Gotcha. We had it like this. But when I am reading and trying to comprehend things, it's really tough with intermittent fasting. But I noticed if I give it like 2 weeks of intermittent fasting, and I'm doing intermittent fasting every day, I don't eat until lunch, right? Then I feel like my brain starts working a little bit better. But I feel like my body and my brain just need to sync up. My brain needs to realize you're not going to have energy. You're intermittent fasting. So body's not giving me energy. I got to figure out a way to think. Usually takes about 2 weeks for me. But I'll read stuff. And I don't know if you guys do this even like without intermittent fasting, because sometimes I do, but I'll read stuff and it just doesn't sink in. You ever just kind of like, when you're really tired, just read stuff and it just does not sink in? Like you can, I don't know. I feel like that happens all the time when I'm tired. But I'll do that with coding. Sometimes. If I'm tired, I'll kind of read it. And then I'll kind of just need to slow down, get up, walk around, and then read it again. But it's like my brain just wants to be lazy. I do this with books too, though, because I've started reading at night. I probably should recommend a book. If you kind of have a mindset of like wanting to eventually build your own SaaS product and like not work for an employer, I would argue Dan Cow. I'm currently reading it. Dan Cow like really has the mindset of that. He's one of the few YouTubers where I watch like most of his videos. But he has a mindset of kind of just like, if you ever grew up and you went to school and you kind of just like felt like you didn't fit in, you didn't really want the normal picket fence life, you didn't want kind of like the happy wife with kind of like some suburban cookie cutter house with a white picket fence, you always want a happy wife. That's one good thing. But you're just kind of working a job that pays enough for you to save up for a vacation or two every single year. And you're fine with kind of just like working the same job for like 40 years. Like if you ever kind of grew up watching people kind of settle into stuff like that, and you're like, this feels wrong. This doesn't feel like it's for me. I highly recommend you check out some of his YouTube stuff. Dan Cow is the name, but I think if you vibe with that and you're a little bit more ambitious and you kind of want to create your own product, you have an entrepreneurship spirit, you're kind of bored in traditional education, I highly recommend you check them out. So just throwing that out there. I'll let you guys know what I think about the book when I finish it. I just started it, but throwing shade at Zinka, we have to once in a while, of course. Hi, is Mernstack engineer with 3 years of experience, but last year's tough and without a job, currently learning to Python backend. Oh, gotcha. You're diving into Python too. Yeah, I'm sorry things are tough for you, Milos. But yeah, dude, we can dive into Python together, man. Hell yeah. All the way from Serbia. What's up, Devon? Yep, morning grind. Hell yeah. We're starting early. I gotta go to my retinal specialist today. I have to skip my workout, which kind of sucks. But I gotta go to a retinal specialist. I think I'm gonna make it my last appointment. Because I don't know if you have been here for a while, I was dealing with like weird eye issues where I was losing my vision a while back. And I think it's pretty good. I think we're out of the woods with that finally. So one more, I hate doctor's appointments, but I got one more appointment. I'm going to see if he thinks I should like, because I've been doing like once every 6 months just to check up on the eye health. I think I'm finally done with that. I was thinking about doing that after I get experience. Thinking about doing what exactly? It's a great company environment. I will stay. Dude, most people are fine with working that job. I'm weird. Most people are fine with it. So I think like people that are entrepreneurs and stuff like that that push that on everyone, like, oh, you're a slave for the man. But like, I think that's just stupid. I think that's dumb. But I think there's kind of like a few people that don't really fit into society very well in terms of like kind of just being satisfied with the working just like working the same job for 40 years. And this is probably the disconnect too. When I talk about actually loving what you're doing, I think there's literally just it's just a perspective on like how to live life that conflicts with what I say. A lot of people are completely satisfied with just working a 40 to 45 hour a week job and kind of building up someone else's dream. And when I talk about like actually loving what you do, like there are some people that have just been conditioned to not only work 40 hours a week, which is fine, but work 40 hours a week with a job that they don't like because it's just what their parents did. It's just, like, it's just what you do, right? I think there are like different types of people that are going to be satisfied with different things. I would argue if you're working 40 plus hours a week at a job you don't like, everyone can change that. But I think most people would be happy with just working a job and kind of like building up a 401k and retiring. I'm just not that person. It's never been in me. The thought of it will probably put me in depression, to be honest. I don't think I could do that for 40 years. Like there's just something wired about me that does not want to do that. But if you are like me, if what I'm saying resonates with you, I highly recommend you check out Dan Cow. I just popped in. What are you highly recommending for entrepreneurship spirits? Dan Cow. Check out Dan Cow, his YouTube channel. It's more about though, like if you have an entrepreneurship spirit, I think his version of it, like there's a ton of YouTubers like this, but his version of it is to become a really good writer. That's one thing I have not done. I suck at writing, and I probably should become a better writer. But it's just kind of like a philosophy of kind of building up your own business that I vibe with. I think the one, like his main thing is writing, and I haven't become a better writer. I haven't even tried yet. So, but it's like kind of conditioning yourself to write in a way that gets out of the formal, what would you call it? English. What's like an English writing class? But the way we were taught to write our papers in school is very different than becoming a good writer to create content for your business. It's very different. And you kind of almost have to like rewire yourself from that traditional way of writing that we were taught in high school, in college. I don't know. I want a simple life, job I love, house, and healthy family. Entrepreneurship is nice, but I'd always need to have a primary job to make sure the bills are paid. That's totally fine, man. Yep. I'm just not wired that way. Yeah, I'm just not wired that way at all. As in building my own product or entrepreneurship, yeah. Gotcha. Um, it's definitely always an option. I think most people kind of want that, and I would argue like there are a lot of people that do want to try it, but they have the mentality that it's not going to work. But I think most people are fine with just kind of working for an employer. Most people are. I told my manager I need a work-life balance. My manager said, "This is America. You won't." Oof. Here's the thing. I don't believe in a work-life balance when you do what you love. I don't have a good work-life balance, I don't think. Um, but when you are working for an employer building up someone else's dream, you deserve a work-life balance. If you have found something that aligns perfectly with something that makes it feel like it isn't a job, I would argue you can kind of toss out that work-life balance because it's more fulfilling. But, managers or people that have more investment in the product of the company, more equity in the company, can argue, oh, yeah, we want to hire people that believe in the product, believe in the mission, and will go above and beyond. I think that's completely unfair to, kind of just like developers, designers, stuff like that, that maybe have lower equity in the company versus, what corporate or management will have. I think it's completely unfair to expect salary employees that aren't kind of at the management and up level with the lesser where they're going to have more equity. I think it's unfair to expect them to go above and beyond. Like they're building up someone else's dream. It's soul sucking when you are dumping more hours into building up someone else's dream. I think that should only apply for when you have a high stake in the company, high equity, or it's your product. You're building it up on your own. You're building up your own SaaS product, right? So in the beginning, when you're starting as a developer, I think the expectation is you're probably going to expect to work a bit more. You're not going to have just 40 hours a week, and you might not like that. But long term, you should aim for a good work-life balance. But yeah, there are some companies where I think the CEO or CEO or COO and whoever else has higher equity in the company. See, I can't even think through my thoughts. I'm so tired. I just think sometimes there's an unrealistic expectation. And there's a disconnect between, what they're expecting to hire and what they're going to get, which are people that just want a good work-life balance. Let's see. America doesn't have a lot of the same work-life balance priorities that other countries' companies may have, but there are most definitely places that prioritize that balance. There are definitely places like that. There are a lot of places like that, in fact. Typically, there's an expectation in America you're probably going to work a bit more in the beginning of your career and you're going to have more work-life balance, or you're going to have a tremendous amount of money with a lack of work-life balance as you get further into your career. But, again, that there are always pros and cons to stuff like that. But I do think there are a lot more opportunities in America in general with a lot of different industries. And you can, I don't know, this is going to go deep. I don't really care to get that off track. I do want to make some progress with Boot.dev. Yep, US pays more to compensate. Yep. I think work-life balance is important even when you do what you love. When you have like a family, kids at home, then even if you love what you do, you still need a balance. If that's your priority, yes. I would argue more so for men. If you find more of a fulfillment in your work, you're probably going to work some extra hours and you're going to want to work some extra hours. I think men are driven. I think men that have found their calling in life are driven to that more than women. I'm not saying to have a really unhealthy work-life balance, but I'm saying you're not going to be striving for the minimum. If you found your calling and your calling is your job, you will work more hours most likely. But a lot of us men have, continue to try to find that calling that really speaks to us that much. But a lot of men are very purpose driven. And when you find your purpose, you're going to dump time into it. If you're just kind of trying to find a job that you enjoy, that pays the bills, a lot of times you're not, you want to keep the hours a minimum, of course. I fear I might become a workaholic, but I'll do my best to have some balance. I think it's okay to become a workaholic the first year or two. Maybe that sounds controversial. And you're not here's the thing. When you become a workaholic, hold on, I want to share this with you. But I got to get rid of pre-rolls because, Twitch is, it just kills new viewership with pre-rolls. So I want to talk about this real quick, and then we're going to go back to Boot.dev. But I do want to, I think it's pretty controversial, but I think you should become a workaholic, but there's a caveat with that in the beginning of your career. But before I say that, we're going to take a 3-minute break, bathroom break, wash your hands. You got 3 minutes. This is the only time we're taking a break. And then we'll come back and we'll continue. We'll push forward. So, all right, be right back. Yo, all right, we're back. Oh, I mean like mid to late career wise? Oh, gotcha. Okay. I mean, it can benefit you. It can. You know, it all depends on your situation if that's good for you or not. But here's why I think it's a good thing to become a workaholic in the beginning, because you're not doing it to impress the company. You're not becoming a workaholic to, yeah, again, impress the company and look good for them. You are becoming a workaholic, like as a software engineer, to just become a good software engineer so that you secure your space in this industry, not the company. It's not about that job security. It's about building yourself up in the beginning and getting as much experience as possible, to really just solidify some sort of um, industry security, essentially. My name here. What's up? Welcome. So when I think about like becoming a workaholic, or I encourage people to like really put some extra time in, work on a personal project outside of the work, etc., it's all to build yourself up so that if you get fired, if you get laid off, you just set yourself up for success going forward with that. So you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for the company. And that's where becoming a workaholic can be beneficial in the beginning. But again, everyone has different situations and you can only do so much. And, you know, especially if you have a family, stuff like that, you don't want to neglect them. So everyone has different situations. But if you can put in an extra hour or two, even if it's a personal project, like maybe you're at home with your family and you're like in the same room and you're kind of just like hanging out and you have a laptop and, you know, you're just working on your personal project and, kid jumps on you, you throw him off to the side, you keep working on your personal project, but you're like there with your family. That is, you know, that is something that you could do. You don't have to like work on the professional application at your job. It could be towards a personal project, but that's kind of what I'm talking about by becoming a workaholic as a software engineer, to really solidify yourself in the beginning. I think it will help a lot of people. What's up, Zinka? Throw the child. Yes, exactly. I agree. You guys are probably just agreeing on throwing the child, I bet, huh? But like I'm telling you, like people should aim for industry security, not job security. Again, if you don't haven't realized already, job security is an illusion. So I like my situation I have now. I have a job, good work-life balance, and side passion projects. Algo words. Nice, man. Yeah, and you just started your job too. So you're kind of in that honeymoon phase, which is pretty cool. It's good. What's up? Not a lot. Not a lot's up. We're just chilling. I should have got more sleep. Wish I would have. I don't know. I just needed more. I forget, like, if I lose a bunch of sleep the night before, which I did with the time change. Man, that time change threw me off big time. Like, big time. That cooked my Sunday. Slept 80% of the weekend. Oh, did you? Damn. Then how did it throw you off if you slept like 80% of the weekend? That's crazy. What? The mint tea, by the way, Zinka, were you the one that recommended the mint tea? Whew, inherent. This inheritance section is pretty big. You did. That was a good recommendation. It is giving me a little bit of energy. Inheritance. We made it to the holy grail of object-oriented programming, inheritance. Non-OOP languages like Go and Rust allow for encapsulation and abstraction features, as nearly every language does. Inheritance, on the other hand, tends to be unique to class-based languages like Python, Java, and Ruby. What is inheritance? Inheritance allows one class, the child class, to inherit the properties and methods of another class, the parent class. This powerful language feature helps us avoid writing a lot of the same code twice. It allows us to try, don't repeat yourself, up our code. Here, cow is a child class that inherits from the parent class, animal. Cool. The cow class can reuse the animal class's constructor with a super method. The super allows the child class to call methods and constructors from its parent class, in this case, init. So we have the legs, super, init, num of utters. We're passing in what? Legs. Num utters. Call the parent constructor to give the cow some legs. Why is it num utters, though? Set cow specific properties. Num of utters equals num utters. Okay. And then that's kind of throw me off. So we have the number of utters for a cow is potentially 4. Oh, never mind. Num utters has nothing. Never mind. This is part of the init function. I don't know what I'm reading. Okay, so we have num of utters. We're not passing that in to the legs. We're specifically passing in 4 for the legs. Okay. I don't know why I read that differently. The Age of Dragons, all the archers are humans, but not all humans are necessarily archers. All humans have a name, but only archers have a num arrows property. Complete the archer class. It should inherit the human class. Again, you already did this for me. Let me type this out. Why? You have an example here. Let me type it out. Why?
Hey, listen.
Oh, damn. Kadao coming in with a Twitch Prime. Yo, thank you so much, Kadao. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for the sub. Hell yeah. I think I have to use my Twitch Prime. It's March 10th. I had locked it. I never know who I want to give it to. Dude, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I can't even focus on one thing. I'm getting distracted way too easily. My mind is just all over the place when I'm tired. I could take like a nootropic to focus up, but I don't think I want to. And anyways, yeah. Thanks for the Twitch Prime, man. I appreciate that. All right. So we have an archer. Here's our init function. Name. Okay. Right? Oh, wait. We do super. Wait, what am I doing? Done. We pass in the name. And then we set... One failed. Okay, set its unique num properties. I mean, is this screwing us up? No. Oh, I see. I didn't even see the... See, this is what I mean. We need like 2 weeks of intermittent fasting, and then I'm good. Just 2 weeks of it, and I'm chilling. Even if I sleep, I will still be tired. Yeah, it sounds like... I mean, if you get a good night's rest, if you're still tired, there's a lot that can contribute to that. What do you think's going to be your project once you get to Boot.dev capstone? I think it's going to be a streamer tool. Or, I don't know. I've gone back and forth between like what I want to do. I think it's going to be like a tool for YouTubers. I think I'm going to build my own tools, essentially, that I'm paying for. That's what I'm probably going to do, because why not? It's a good use case. It's a good project to reinforce everything. Yeah, I'll probably just build tools for myself that I know other people use, and I probably will put, I'll probably release it. I don't know if I'll put pricing around it or not. I have no idea. But yeah, it's probably going to be tools for myself. The first one I can think is like something that's going to, I'll share it when the time comes. I was tired all the time. I got some blood work. Yep. Anemic. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of stuff that can contribute to that. Sometimes it's depression, to be honest. But a lot of times, yeah, it has to do a lot with like the quality of sleep you're getting too. Just because you sleep doesn't mean it's like a high quality of sleep. A ton can go into that. But a lot of times it might just be nutrition, your fitness in general. There's so much that can go into it. Damn, like I needed it. I didn't sleep for a week practically. Why didn't you sleep for a week? Why aren't you sleeping, Zinka? You going out a lot? Inheritance is a powerful tool, but it is a really bad idea to try to overuse it. Inheritance should only be used when all instances of a child class are also instances of a parent class. When a child class inherits from a parent, it inherits everything. If you only want to share some functionality, inheritance is probably not the best answer. Better to simply share some functions or maybe make a new parent class that both classes can inherit from. All cats are animals, but not all animals are cats. It makes sense for animals to inherit from plants. False. All right, take care, Jessa. Thanks for joining. Have a good one. Have a good Monday. Between the Denver trip and the IRL team meetups, I was barely sleeping. Oh, schedule got messed up with time changes, and I had to wake up at 5 a.m. to go downtown. Oof. Yeah, that's rough. I didn't know you had in-team meetings. Where's your company located? Is it in Texas or? Because you're remote, aren't you? All right. Let's move on. It makes sense for cats to inherit from animals. Yes. Animals and plants might inherit from a class called organisms. We do on occasion. Oh, we are mostly all in Houston. That's good. When we have a big feature about to be launched, right now we are able to launch our own coin. We do IRL meets. Ah, that's interesting. Huh. Okay. It's pretty cool. Hell yeah. So it's a little bit easier probably to get that remote job when you can meet. You know what I mean? And you don't have to take a flight out too. It's another thing to consider. Like you can get a remote job technically that is in kind of a local city, but you know, if they need you in there, it's cool because it's rare. Yeah. There is no limit to how deeply we can nest an inheritance tree. For example, a cat can inherit from an animal that inherits from a living thing. That said, be careful. New programmers often get carried away. You should never think to yourself, well, most wizards are elves, so I'll just have wizard inherit from elf. A good child class is a strict subset of its parent class. For example, of this with private properties, a child class cannot simply access a private property of its parent class. It has to use a getter, for example. So wall. Feels kind of weird to have a castle that's inheriting from wall. Towers, get tower height. We need that getter. Okay. I feel like this is a weird example. Assignment. Let's add a new game unit, Crossbowman. A crossbowman is always an archer, but not all archers are crossbowmen. Crossbowmen have several arrows, but they have an additional method, triple shot. Okay. Triple shot. Add a use arrows method to the archer class. It should remove the number of arrows. If there aren't enough arrows to remove it, it should raise an exception. If num arrows is less than what is required, raise exception. Not enough arrows. The crossbowman class's constructor should call its parent constructor. Or no, what? Super. Super init, and we are going to pass in the name and number of arrows. The crossbowman's triple shot method should use 3 arrows. Take a target as a parameter. Return blank was shot by 3 crossbow bolts. Okay, name of the human. So we should have access to like name, right? I like this song. It's a good Twitch meme song. So use arrows. 3. Take a target as a parameter and return. So are we doing... Oh, the name of the human that was shot? How do we... If... We can't just do this, right? We can't do self.name. Because we're the one doing the shooting, and this is our name. So is it going to be... What is target? I'm assuming target is a human. Okay, are we doing this? Is target... Like, what is target? What?
Look at my horse is amazing.
And by Jill, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
Look at my horse is amazing.
Andrew, thanks for the sub on YouTube. I think we're just gonna pass in I don't know. We'll just pass in target. We got to use it for something. Okay. Creating an archer named Will the Archer with 1 arrows. Okay. Creating a crossbowman named Darren. So it's going to be target.name. So what's passed in is the human. Oh, right. We need, in order to access the property, we need a getter. But are we accessing this? I don't think so. Oh, we're accessing target.getName. Right? Okay. There it is. Okay. Cool. Let's go. What's up, CLS? Dude, YouTube is not being pushed out to anyone. I'm telling you, Twitch is taking over. Everyone's on Twitch. We got like 5 people on YouTube. I mean, I'm going to keep restreaming to YouTube. Might take a little bit to push some of the videos out, maybe because it's at a different time or something like that. But yeah, YouTube is dead. Do we have anyone over on the YouTube side? No one likes YouTube. I think you mentioned a JavaScript book before to get comfortable before jumping into React. What was that book called? Eloquent JavaScript. It's an online free book, and it's the first 6 chapters. So it's really for an assessment. You could do like any JavaScript course that you want, but use the first 6 chapters of Eloquent JavaScript to assess if you're probably ready to jump into React. If you can do the challenges in the back of each chapter and you understand the material, you understand what the chapters are teaching, you're probably good to go for React. If you don't, you might struggle a bit. It's not a hard rule, but I find that it's a pretty damn good assessment. LVM JavaScript, what's that? Twitch has the music. That's where it's at. Yeah. That's where it's at. It's because of the music. I think you mentioned a JavaScript. Oh, wait. I read that already. Yeah, no problem. No worries.
Look at my horse is amazing.
ZLS, subbed on YouTube. Welcome on YouTube as well. Inheritance review. Good hierarchy, real estate, residential house, bad hierarchy, rental, duplex, cheap. Oh, yeah, cheap would. Well, where's cheap as the example? Imagine dog inherits from canine. The blank class uses super to call the constructor of the okay, so the inherits from canine. Okay, so the dog class uses super to call the constructor of the canine class. What's up, Kelsey? Happy Monday. How's it going? Do you think tea is bad for your teeth? Because I've been drinking a lot more tea. It could be bad. I don't drink English breakfast tea. I think that's pretty bad for your teeth. But I've been drinking like a lot of tea. Like 4 to 5 teas a day. Pretty hot, ZLS. You think it's the heat? Yeah, I mean, it's not super hot. It's just hot. Yeah, coffee's acidic. Coffee's definitely worse. Some will stain it like blueberry tea. Okay, I don't care about staining. I can always kind of get a professional whitening thing. But yeah, tea, I could see tea staining. But is it bad for your enamel? And is it bad for your gums? That's what I'm worried about. Usually the hotness or coldness gets the nerves. Okay, so you're talking about pain. Mohammed, thanks for the sub on YouTube. Welcome. So, yes, it can affect the nerves. But what about, like, I think I'm worried about cavities, right? I'm worried about bacteria buildup. I'm not really worried about, like, increased sensitivity or anything like that, but I'm wondering, like, if it breaks down the enamel and, like, the minerals on your teeth. Just get regular cleanings. You should be fine. I don't know. I was getting, like, a cavity every time I went to the dentist for a while. I think that was due to the alcohol, though. Like, when I drink, I'd forget to brush my teeth at night or something like that. I just haven't gotten cavities in a while, and I don't want to. So, how was your weekend? Pretty good. It was work. A lot of work. And then, honestly, I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed home. On Sunday, I cleaned. So I cleaned my home gym, and then kind of went from there. But I usually do a bit more of like a deeper cleaning for like a couple rooms. Like I'll do like the bathroom and laundry room, or bathroom and gym, and I'll do that every week. So usually once a month, everything gets a deep cleaning. Cavities shouldn't be a problem if you brush twice. Okay. Again, I was brushing twice, like almost every day, and I was still getting cavities though. Okay, so T isn't too bad. Self-proclaimed dentist here, nice. Okay. Hey, some people like really, really care about their teeth, and they really dig into this stuff, and they know this stuff. So I figured I'd ask you guys. So it sounds like maybe it just increases the sensitivity, or it stains your teeth a little bit, which I can understand. But blueberry tea, I don't have that, but that sounds really good. You think? Oh yeah, drinking alcohol and not brushing. I would just forget, you know? If you're having a good time, you just forget. You do cardio also? Yeah. Yeah, at least 3 times a week. You can actually get cavities by other people actually like STDs. Very interesting stuff. What? You can actually get cavities. Oh, really? Wait, what? Do you mean like kissing someone? You can get cavities? Or are you literally talking about STDs? I did cleaning on Sunday. Did you? So I feel like Sunday's a good cleaning day. You know? ZLS, are you trolling? Iced blueberry tea is great in the summer. You can Google? Like, are you saying like if they have a cavity and then you kiss them, that you can get a cavity? If that's like, I can understand that if they have a cavity and they have like extra bacteria buildup. Okay. I think that's actually valid. I think that's valid. Yeah, it's the first time I ever heard it too, but it kind of makes sense logically, does it not? Iced blueberry tea is great in the summer. I'll have to try that. I think I'm going to take your recommendations for tea, Zinc. I think the mint tea was a good idea. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, you're swapping saliva. You're swapping bacteria. That is a thing. No, that's a thing. I can see that. I mean, like, logically, it makes sense. So, I don't know. Source of truth. Why do you have to say you got it from TikTok? Now you're making me look dumb for believing you. Because that kind of makes sense. I think the logic is there. I'm with you, ZLS. I don't care if you got it from TikTok. How many levels deep can inheritance hierarchy be? Infinite. Multiple children. So far, we've worked with linear class inheritance, but usually inheritance hierarchies form trees, not lines.
My horse is amazing.
ZLS, thanks for the follow. Welcome. A parent class can have multiple children. Ensure the following requirements for the game designers are complete. Archer should inherit from hero. Okay. It does. Archer should set up the hero's name and health. How do we need a setter? Okay. Are we actually writing the functions now? Get, okay. Do we need a setter? Or can we do something like if we do self dot, right? We're going to be setting it on the archer. Is that okay? Set a, I guess my question is, are we creating setters or are we creating properties on the archer that... I don't know. Archer should inherit from hero. Archer should set up the hero's name and health. Oh, when we do the self... Oh, it is. It is. It literally is with this. It's already written. Okay. Why are you giving me these instructions if you have it written already? Set a private number of arrows variable that can be passed in as a third parameter to the constructor. Are you doing this for me already? Like, create a shoot. Are we doing anything here? I think we're just writing the shoot method. If there are no arrows left, okay, so if wait, there are no arrows left. Where are we storing? Okay, so if num of arrows, otherwise remove an arrow. And so this is just a shoot. Gotcha. That can be passed in as a third parameter to the constructor. The constructor of what? I'm pretty sure it's just the archer. So I think all we're doing is... if self num arrows is less than 1. Raise exception. Did anyone else find this confusing to read? Or am I just like kind of misinterpreting things? Like where to... It kind of seemed like we were supposed to establish this stuff, which is already established. I understand like we're in an archer, so we're going to have num of arrows, right? I do understand that. It's going to be on the archer class. But it seemed like what was confusing is it set half the steps up that we're supposed to do. I'll read chat in a second after I finish this. But I'm kind of curious what you guys think about that. Okay, so num of... What am I doing? Raise exception. Otherwise, remove an arrow and deal 10 damage to the target. Cool. All right, take care, Devon. Have a good one. Remember learning inheritance, but always using composition whenever possible. Sorry, I'm working as well, so not fully listening. Okay, fair enough. No worries. Multiple children. Assignment. Let's extend the hero class by adding a second child class. Song's fire, by the way. Oh, actually, I'm going to go back. I'm going to report this. You list... It's confusing to have steps under the assignment that are completed already. Steps 1 and 2.
Look at my horse is amazing.
Roll. Albert Dev, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Multiple children. Let's extend the hero class by adding a second child class, the wizard. Okay. Wizard heroes are more powerful than archer heroes. They cast spells at other heroes instead of shooting them. And casting does 25 damage instead of 10, but also costs 25 mana. Wizard should inherit from hero. Wizard should set up the hero's name and health. Dude, stop doing this for me. This isn't helping me. I'm just going to submit again. I feel like when I all right, cool. Wizard should inherit from hero. Okay. Should set up the hero's name and health, which it does. Set a private mana variable that can be passed in as a third parameter. Why are we passing? Oh. Are we setting it to hero? What is going on? So we're getting mana. Why are we passing mana to our hero? It makes me think that we need to have like a self. Oh wait, we're not actually okay, so we did. I think what it wanted us to do before was this, right? And we were storing this information on the hero. But didn't we pass it without this? Which makes me think maybe the tests weren't testing the right thing. Create a cast method that takes the target's hero as input. Okay. And there is less than 25 mana left. But we would need like a get mana, right? Or are we just establishing this on the wizard? Probably just on the wizard. That would be my assumption. I want to say this. Self. We'll do mana equals mana. It can be passed in as a third parameter to the constructor, but we're not passing that up. Good upbeat song. Create a cast method that takes the target hero as an input. If raise exception, not enough mana. You know what I've been thinking about doing? If I built a course, like a technical course, for myself, or well, I mean like just built it myself, I would probably build something that like really reinforced the fundamentals. It's going to be a ton of repetition with just like different contexts, using loops in a variety of different situations. I do feel like a lot of courses don't do repetition enough. And it's probably because like people probably don't have the attention span to do it. But I do feel like there needs to be a ton of reinforcement, a lot more, and actually writing it out, getting that muscle memory. I think if I built something, it'd be something like that. Otherwise, remove. And deal damage to the target. Got a call to bed? Okay, Zinka. What's up, Rish? You're streaming tonight? No. This morning. Oh, I forgot to change. I forgot. Ooh, I don't think I changed my schedule, did I? Let me do that right now. Yeah, I'm streaming mornings for a while. Yeah, I'm streaming morning. Be quiet, Don. I'll just make sure to change it. Hold on. I'm gonna add a to-do. I'll do it later. Change Twitch stream schedule. If I haven't already. If you ever want to do a song, I think it's like, what is the command for the song? I will grab that for you. Oh, so you could do like a common thing in Twitch streams is to do like song like that. And then I just kind of correct it. So it's like song current will give you the current song like this. What? Oh, what the hell? What is it? Oh. I think it's songs current. There it is. Let me change this command. You want songs current. We had a bug. We fixed it. Can't wait to watch you slaughter CSS code. Yeah, we haven't worked on CSS on stream in a while. I kind of just do it with the people that I mentor, and that's it. Like, it's been a while since I've really worked on the front end outside of JavaScript with a personal project. So VTS, I'm gonna clear chat. I don't mind jokes like that. I'm okay with kind of dark humor, but like include a kappa or something. Like if we're gonna go like dark like that, at least include a kappa. I just did that to clear chat. That will make the course longer, and many might not complete it. Repetition can be done by self-practicing. Then don't complete it. Because just because you complete a course doesn't mean you did the right thing. Most people won't practice. Force them to practice. Like, that's on them at that point. But just to get them to complete the course is not a good thing. And I don't think that should be the goal. And I think that's why a lot of self-taught developers fail. Oh, then gotcha. Can you guys reply to each other then? Because I read comments where you're not replying to each other. Just be a little bit more clear about that. All right, now I'm kind of caught up a bit. If you're going to do CSS on stream, I really want you to try Tailwind. Fuck Tailwind. Yeah, I don't care. No. I have played around with it, and fuck Tailwind. I have no interest in using it in my personal projects. Yeah, if that's what you're expecting, that's never going to happen on stream. No, I think it was I thought you were replying. But I think it was his comment that wasn't replying to you. That's what confused me. I'm not going into Tailwind. You just want me to rant. Mr. Neffert, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Hey, what's up, Cold? What's up, Twitch? Yeah, YouTube's dead. YouTube's not being pushed out to anyone. I don't know what's going on with that. We have like, what, one viewer on YouTube? Holy crap, everyone just went to Twitch. Yo, where are the YouTube people at? I raw dog CSS, 100%. Yep, only way to go. 100% agree. All right, we are good on this one. I think we honestly, I think we've converted all of the YouTubers to Twitch. I think that's what happened. Code Academy, I would type a full sentence, Cold. I don't know what you mean by that. Use nouns and verbs. I hire someone to write me CSS for my design, just too much pain for me to do it. A lot of people, like, if you don't want to write CSS, don't write it. Once you're comfortable with CSS, like, it's pleasurable again, believe it or not, to write CSS. It's fun. I think there are use cases for Tailwind. I just have no use case for Tailwind. That's all. The message didn't show up. Oh. I don't know what to tell you. YouTube will again. YouTube's funky. Sometimes it'll auto-mod. I don't even see a message that got caught or anything. Sometimes auto-mod just does that. You could try wording it a little bit differently. I don't know why auto-mod caught your message, Cold. I'm not sure. Twitch is way better. I agree, for streaming it is. You can copy the CSS of designs by going into dev mode. There it just saves you. It doesn't really extract a lot of accurate CSS or even well, like what it does, it doesn't really create a lot of CSS that's going to be manageable, maintainable, and scalable. It's shit. Just doing a copy and paste can grab some CSS, but it just like, a lot of times it'll just like set very, very specific pixels and stuff like that. You're not even using relative units. It's just a shit way to grab the CSS. But a lot of times it's just a bit of a messy way. What course to take? Well, it depends on what your goals are, Cold Pizza. I mean, you could try something like, if you don't, it really depends on your goals. Do you want to, are you even trying to become a front-end developer, back-end developer? And then with front-end, like, where are you currently at with your front-end? There are going to be courses that focus on that. Like, here's the reality of it. If you don't even know what course to take and you can't figure that out, like, you're probably going to fail as a self-taught dev. That's the truth. Like, you need to be resourceful enough to be able to kind of do a Google search and several and kind of look up an outline and then compare it, and then go to Reddit and kind of look at what people are saying about this course. And like, it takes a ton of research as self-taught, right? It takes a ton of research. And if you're not resourceful enough to like really dig in and try to piece together a somewhat coherent plan for you, which isn't going to be linear, and you got to be comfortable with that. Like, if you can't do that, man, it's just like, self-taught is really, really tough. I mean, they have a lot of similarities, Cold Pizza. But why are you asking what course to take if you already chose one? I'm kind of confused where you're going with that. You're using Scrimba already. I highly recommend Scrimba for front end. I guess I don't really know what you're asking. Most polite, read the fucking manual. Yeah, I mean, self-taught is just really hard. It's really hard. Most people will fail at it. It is not, you have to be very comfortable with chaos and a nonlinear path, and like you have to be comfortable with really, you have to become your own teacher. You have to become your own mentor to an extent. You have to become very resourceful and be able to Google things and search for things, and understand that what you search for might have context that's relevant for what you're searching for, and how do I figure that out? How do I essentially even just looking up the right things that are going to give you the right information is a skill on its own. But it's going to, you have to like really be critical of your habits, your motivation, your goals, and like what you're even trying to achieve, your vision. And do you even have that? Like there's so much assessment, self-assessment that's needed, and self-correction that's needed to be successful with the self-taught path. It is extremely hard to make it to the end, especially in this market. You thrive in chaos. I love it. I like to talk to people. That's good. That's good. They're all in the same, in case I made a wrong choice, that's all. I mean, you just try stuff. Gotcha. So you're saying, like, what if I made the wrong choice with Scrimba? I think it would depend on why you felt like you made the wrong choice, right? Is there like a course in it? Do you feel like it doesn't like really teach you JavaScript very well? Or like it just depends. And then you use that to look up other stuff that you can, other courses that you can pick up. A lot of times if a course doesn't teach you everything that you wanted to teach you, you're kind of supplementing. You're like, well, you know, I don't really feel like I got that comfortable with classes. Like I think Scrimba, the front end track, doesn't go deep into classes, where like you use classes with Nest.js. There's still some React apps that you manage that still use classes as well in JavaScript. So Scrimba doesn't go deep into classes. You have to supplement with that. They have supplemental courses with it, but you might not catch that. So you're like, well, shoot, now how do I get classes down in JavaScript? So then you look up an article, you look up a kind of a mini thing, a YouTube video or a series of videos that takes you through that. And that's what you do. Usually you kind of settle on a course, you go through like a long course, you go through the entire curriculum, and then you can supplement during or afterwards, but then it's just supplementation. Self-taught is like playing on nightmare mode in a video game. It is. I need lunch. All right, sounds good, Zinka. Have a good lunch. As someone who has used only internet for learning since school, self-taught feels natural. That's like, and it can. But that's the thing. It's like you're comfortable with learning on the internet. If you are a good learner, like you become a good learner, and that's not traditional education, by the way. When I'm talking about becoming a good learner, I'm talking about like whatever you have in front of you, you can learn, no matter what the barriers are. Becoming a good learner isn't becoming a good student in traditional education. It's not going through the same memorization techniques to pass a test to then forget it. That's not a good learner. That's a good student. You can become a good student and be a terrible learner. A good learner is resourceful. First of all, they know how to learn, and they know kind of their quirks about them that might make that a bit harder, or benefit, like pros about them that might make that a bit easier. And like maybe you start to learn, like, I prefer videos and my attention span is better with videos versus books. Like you learn that about yourself. But being a good learner is also being resourceful enough to be able to provide the right prompts, the questions with the right context to be able to move yourself along. It's also being able to self-assess where you currently are. Being a good learner is totally different than being a good student, but that is required for self-taught.
Yeah, I appreciate you asking, Vrish. You can share a course that you like here. Yeah, usually the only thing I don't like is when obviously self-promotion for courses, but when someone brand new, like a super fan, comes in and just like advertises, oh, everyone needs to pick this course up. Like, I just ban people like that. So regulars, I'm totally fine with any recommendations you have, even if it's not Scrimba or Boot.dev or whatever. You have a recommendation, you're welcome to share it. There's no failing, there's only learning. And you have to have that perspective. 100% agree. I'm currently doing Codecademy Pro. Okay. The front end path. I find the paid stuff gives more structure. It generally does, yeah. I'm considering a boot camp after I'm done just for some more reinforcement. Okay. Yeah, if you have the extra money, a boot camp for reinforcement. I don't know if it's going to give you reinforcement. I think a boot camp generally will give you kind of like an outline, exposure to a lot of stuff, and give you surface level knowledge. And then you deepen that knowledge with reinforcement with project work. But I mean, if you have a bunch of money to spend, or for whatever boot camp you're choosing, you're just like, you know what, this is extra. You can do that. But I would caution you, it depends on the coding boot camp, and you really want a boot camp that is heavy into project work. And you're going to work on a capstone project. You're going to work on personal projects to reinforce all this. Because if it's just a boot camp to take you through the material again, even if you have a ton of money, now we're like really just throwing money down the drain. So boot camps, if you have extra money, can be good if you go through the self-taught path a little bit and you realize you love coding, which, Kelsey, you kind of been doing this a while, so you probably have a good idea. And then you dive into a boot camp where you already have a small foundation built up from the self-taught. Then you dive into a coding boot camp. Then it's a ton of project work. So you are welcome to do what you want, but I just want to emphasize, like, it may not be the reinforcement that you're looking for if it's not paired, like if it doesn't have a ton of project work and custom projects at the end. All right, take care, CLS. Have a good one. All right, take care, Vrish. It's harder to be a failure and work my ass off. I get laid off in the winter, be treated like I'm nothing. Yeah, I totally get wanting to better your life, man. I totally get it. If you did get laid off, I am sorry to hear that. I'm learning how to use documentation. That's good. But yeah, you're saying like it's even harder to get laid off. It is, right? Self-taught path is hard, but you know, getting laid off is harder. That's fair. That is completely fair. Use that as motivation, man. I've never really had a computer. I'm 26 and forcing myself to do something. I've always liked, oh, that's awesome. Okay, so you have your first computer and you're kind of learning something with it. That's pretty cool, man. Gotcha. So you're kind of like brand newish to it, right? You're learning how to use a computer. You're learning everything that you have access to with the internet now. So a lot of this is probably brand new. It's probably like a fire hose. Yeah, so it's a bit tougher for you, for sure. But it seems like, you know, you're hungry for it. You have that motivation if you're laid off, for sure. Yeah, you can do Code Wars stuff. Coding challenges will help reinforce it as well. Yeah, they should be paired with courses. Good courses will usually have coding challenges like that. Yeah, brand new, sold some of my magic cards to get my laptop to do this. That's there you go, man. That's awesome. It sounds like you still have magic cards available. Yeah, no worries, Kelsey. Don't let me talk you out of going to something if you already have it planned. This is something to keep in mind. All right, guys, we have reached the end. I'm going to grab some lunch. I got to go to the eye doctor, hopefully for the last time in a while. I'm going to talk to him, and because my eye's been doing pretty good. Maybe I'll do the next visit in like a year or something like that. I don't know. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. I'm going to go offline on YouTube. We'll raid someone on Twitch. And then, yeah. So, yeah, we'll be live Wednesday. We're going to do Boot.dev stuff on Wednesday, and we're going to do Angular on Friday. So just keep that in mind. All right, see you, YouTube. Stick around on Twitch, and we'll go ahead and raid out. I have like 3 mice.